Hello, guys. How is everyone doing? Hi.
Good.
So
Hi,
we are
hello.
live, and we are coming live to you from different places, but we are all in the USA. So I'm the host of this Go Live today. My name is Regina, and I have my sisters here, my business partners here with me, and we are going to dive into our topic of today. For those people who have been following us, we come here every Saturday around this time, 10 PST, and whenever we come live, we talk about our businesses and we talk about life in general in relation to our businesses because it is a business that has changed our lives. It's continuing to change our lives. We are not yet where we are going, but I can tell you, we have moved, so far by the grace of God. And so today, our topic, as you can see, is decision versus procrastination. And can we mute? I'm talking to my team here. Can we mute if you're not speaking? So, thank you. So, our topic today is decision versus procrastination, because most people struggle with making a decision and you end up feeling stuck. And that's why we are here today to address this and see how we have been able to break that cycle. So, and we are going to just, cut it into pieces and as we come to you with this topic. So, I'm going to give my first presenter here, Beatrice, to answer the first question, which I'm going to put here. And Beatrice, introduce yourself as I put your question. And your question is going to be, what role does fear play in keeping people from making decision? In the meantime, introduce yourself, tell people who you are, where you are, what you do, and then whatever else you want to tell them. Okay, Beatrice.
Okay, thank you so much for giving me this time. And by name, my name is Beatrice Irahunda. I am originally from Burundi, a mother, a preschool teacher, a business owner. So I am everywhere. I am everywhere. And I'm wearing all these hats. So I live in Colorado, and today we are so happy. We've been waiting for this snow, but last night it
Oh,
snowed at our area, so we are happy. We didn't get a lot, but at least, because yeah, until November, wow, that's unusual. So going to my question, it says, well, okay, it just passed. Let me read again here from the beginning. What role does fear play in keeping people from making decisions? Oh my goodness, fear, 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 fear. Fear is not a good friend. Fear is our enemy. It's the enemy of growth. That's how I can say. Hmm. Fear is role. Fear is job. Is to protect you. A mother, whoever is listening to us, our audience, we are talking to you right now. We are telling you about fear. Fear has a role of protecting you. That's his job, to protecting you, to tell you that don't worry about something else. You are fine. You are fine. If you are juggling two jobs, you are fine. If you have only one job, you are fine. Fear will never give you any idea of growth, nothing. But growth has its own job, is to strengthen you, to teach you, to give you an idea of doing something on the side of what you are doing. The growth has a job to educate you, to give you different ideas, to try something, to tell you, hey, you can try this too. As you are able to do this, you can be capable to do this too. That's growth. But fear will tell you, hey, you can't do it. Well, as a mom of four, you can't do it. As a preschool teacher, you can't do it. You have a lot to do. You are busy. You will give you excuses. And let's say these excuses are not the problem again. fear is the problem that is telling you you can't do this, you can't do this. And this fear comes in different ways. It will come in idea of saying failure. What happens if you start and if you fail? What are you gonna do? That's a fear. But growth will tell you, try it. Just try. Even them they tried. They took a fear away and they tried. That's why today they are here. It will come with this idea of saying that, oh, judgment. What other people gonna say when they see me posting on a social media? For example, I have this friend of mine. She asked me about the business. I told her, I said, oh, me, I'm shy. I can't talk. Even when I'm going to visit somebody, oh no. I get there, I don't talk until when I leave the house. I say, just talking, just give a story about you. How was your life, what your day? How is everybody doing? Is there a problem? But she has this attention of what? Doing the business, but I told her, you know what? Yes, being shy, it's another option. But if you want to move out of that it's a cocoon that you are now holding yourself in. If you want to get out of that shyness cocoon, you can. It's all up to you. Just a decision. You are like a decision, right? But if you're going to care about what people are going to say, I'm so sorry. You're not going to move. You're not going to do anything because that's a fear that is giving you all these excuses. I'm shy. I've been shy too, but today I know if I'm doing this, it's because I made a decision. I took action and I decided to move it forward. It will come with losing money. Oh, what if I start with this amount and if I lose all my money? Just try, right? As a mom, I want a good life for my kid, a good future for myself. So if I don't try something, nothing will be better. We have our saying that says, yeah, even in English, says nothing ventures if nothing something like that. You cannot gain something if you don't lose something. You have to lose and then you gain, right? So that's how you don't fear, don't worry about, well, what if the money that I started with, I don't get it back? How are you not going to get it back? Only if you don't keep it going. But if you keep it going, yes, your money will come back. Don't worry about, oh, it will come with unknown. Oh, I don't know if I am capable to do that. If I am capable to take care of my kid, if I am capable to go to the company to work for the company, why can't I be capable to work for myself and one day to become the boss of myself? All these are fear of unknown. I don't know if I can do it. Yes, you can do it. Just try. If you keep giving yourself, oh, I don't know, oh, I can't do it, or this, yes, you remain the same person. But if you choose one thing, either fear will take a decision for you or growth will take a decision for you. I would rather take the growth decision instead of take the fear decision. Fear decision is excuses, and the growth decision is what? Is moving forward. Try this. Keep on stretching your brain, stretching your ideas. So, in one word, is like fear is the enemy of our growth. Don't start from your fears. Fears will never take you anywhere, but I will advise you to stick with growth so you can move forward. You can see what is other people are doing. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Beatrice. Thank you so much for addressing that. Most of the time, people fear the unknown. And whatever we fear most of the time is just here. I could be feeling that, what are people going to say? And then you realize nobody even cares what you're going to say, unfortunately. And if they care, it's sometimes the only time people care if you're really standing out. And if you're really standing out in a good way, the care is a positive one. So most of the time, whatever we fear, it's just lies we are telling ourselves. And again, we should remember that fear is a liar. There's a song that goes like that: fear is a liar, right? So it is important to remember all the time when you want to do something and there's a fear telling you, like, people are going to see you. I think so and so is on Facebook. They're going to see you. They were your classmates, maybe in primary school many years ago, and like, who cares? I don't want to say that loud. But you know what? Fear is a liar. Don't let that lie hold you down. Do whatever you have to do to improve your life. So, thank you so much again, Beatrice. And our audience, I believe that if you are one of those people who are fearing and, not taking a step because you are like, what are people going to say? I believe that now it's a different story. So I want to go to my next guest here. And my next guest is Lois. Lois, introduce yourself as I put your question here. So just tell us who you are. Of course, I mentioned your name, but that is not who you are. That is your name. And then you answer your question. Go ahead, Lois. You're muted.
Okay, this technology was giving me some tough as it was refusing to unmute. I don't know why. So, yes, our host said that I am Lois, but I am Lois, the goal getter, and that's why we come to tell you about this business because we have to get that goal. And thank you so much, Regina, for hosting us. It's always a privilege to be on this platform with these ladies and our coach, and we thank God for that. And now Regina wants me to talk to that person who is still waiting for the perfect time to say yes. And as I was thinking about this question, I was wondering, what is that perfect time? Because for me, I don't think there is anything that is called perfect time. I think the perfect time is always now, because that perfect time will never come even if you wait for ages, because he says he's the author and the perfecter of our faith. So if he has already perfected your faith, I don't know why you're still waiting. And one of the reasons why people wait, I don't want to say that we were all bored enough and decided we are jumping into the deep end with all our foot. I'm sure we were not on. Let me talk for myself. I wasn't, because I was scared. I felt that I was not enough and I was not perfect. But along the way, I learned that that moment we are hoping for, that does not exist. And so when I learned that, I decided to get into. And one of the things why that moment does not exist is because in life, you'll always be busy, and your children will always be there for you. Your work will always be there. You always have something that you're doing. So there is no way you'll wait for that, like your work to go away for you to jump in. Like, there's no way you're going to say, now I'm going to pull out of work and jump into this business and move on. There is no time you need to put some things aside for you to start something new in your life. That is what I'm trying to say, because that does not exist. All these people that you're seeing here do have a job. They work from 8 to 5 every day, or from 9 to 5, whichever time that works for them. And you have to remember, bills will not stop. So the minute you decide, let me put my job aside so that I can jump into this business that has changed people's life, that is making people break the cycle, because that is what you're talking about, your bills will not stop. So you shouldn't put a stop to your life waiting for that perfect time. What you should do, you make sure that you are 8 to 5 funds your business so that you can break that cycle, and that's how you move on. And I want to tell you, if you're waiting for that moment when that fear will suddenly disappear and you feel, wow, I no longer fear anything, I can now start and jump into this business that I've been waiting for this moment to come. Let me tell you, that fear has already gone, because the Bible says that God has not given us the spirit of fear, but He has given us the spirit of love and a sound mind. And so I believe if you have that spirit of love and a sound mind, you're already at your perfect time. And there's nothing like in perfect time. You are good enough. You have what it takes. And I also know some other people keep waiting because they are feeling that they are not confident. There's no way you're going to sit here at the back and build your confidence. Let me tell you, this person who is talking to you always thought that she was an introvert. If I sat down and waited for the day that I told myself I'm no longer an introvert, now I want to jump in that business, I would still be waiting up to now. Because what I learned that I'm going to build that confidence as I go. And the minute I decide to start, that is when my confidence starts growing. That is when I start having clarity of where I'm going. But as long as I'm still in that comfort zone of the imperfection, telling myself that I'm not perfect, telling myself I'm not enough, there's no way anything is going to change. I'm not going to have any clarity. I'll still remain in that cycle of paycheck to paycheck, of not even making any decision. And all what I'm doing is procrastination, because what I'll be saying, I'll start tomorrow because I think by tomorrow I've gained more confidence. When I turn 40, I think I'll be more mature enough for me to be able to face this online world. Let me tell you, whether you turn even 50 or 60, as long as you've not been practicing these things, because I remember when we were back in schools those days, we used to be told, practice, 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 make perfect. So we have to practice doing those multiple tables. Those people who remember those things. So I learned that if I don't practice coming, even after jumping on this space, it took a long time for me to get on a go live like this one. But I had to learn that as long as I don't take that initiative of doing it, I'll never have that confidence. I'll never have that courage. Because can you imagine, here is the bridge that you're closing and it looks very scary and you don't take that step. Are you still going to have the courage to move to the other side? Never. In short, you have to take steps. One thing I like about our business, it's so life oriented. It's only that we try to make it like a big thing, but it is all about life. Because when you decide to make a decision, when you stop procrastinating, because you don't procrastinate to pay your bills. So why are you procrastinating something that is going to pay you settle your bill? You're going to remain there. That is the question you should ask yourself. And if you're not procrastinating your bills, just decide 1 month that you procrastinate your bills and see what is going to happen. Make that decision. And I'm just giving you, because the minute you start procrastinating the decision of changing your life, whatever will happen when you procrastinate to pay your bills that is exactly what is happening. If you have not tried it, experiment it, because life is just about experimenting. And this business, you come in, see it for yourself, understand how it works, and decide whether it is for you or not. But the minute you don't make that decision, you'll never know what it is. Because even some of us wait when to feel safe. What are you waiting to feel safe from? Because you don't want Regina to see you online, you don't want Lynette to see you online. Let me tell you, whether you come online or you don't come online, they'll see you somewhere. And so it doesn't, and they'll not help you pay your bills. Let me tell you, they'll not help you pay your childcare, and they'll not help you finish your student loan. So there is no save anything. And I remember somebody said, if you're not online, you're missing out on so much, because online is the new currency. So you have to take that bold step and say, I'm deciding, even as messy as it is, because when you start as messy as you are, that is actually when changes in your life start happening. And I know as you go along the way, you'll hear testimonies. I've told you, for me, it wasn't easy to jump here. I had to shed off some skills for me to be able to do what I'm doing right now. Know that there's no time that will be a perfect time for me to be ready to come here and say that This business is transforming people's life, but as long as I kept procrastinating, nothing was going to be perfect. So don't wait for the perfect. You have to move in purpose, and you have to know the blessing is in the step, not in the timing. So that timing you're waiting for, that blessing will not come. Once you make that step, it's when the blessings start coming and you break that cycle. So my dear sisters and brothers, let's stop procrastinating, because if we don't procrastinate our bills, why should we procrastinate a decision that is going to change our life, and not just our life for now, but even our future life and the life of our children? Because this is a business that you can pass over to as many generations as you may have in your generational life. That is what I'm trying to say. So there is no perfect time, the perfect time is now. And unajua sisi tunasemanga leo ni leo, msema kesho ni muongo. Kwa hivyo wacha kujiambia uongo, wacha kujidanganya ukisema ni kesho, na wacha kusema kama wale watu wa kwetu huko, sitataja wapi, wanatuambianga nendeni mkajenge hiji, sisi tutakuja kuweka paa. Hapana, kuja tuanze kujenga biashara yako saa hii na tutaweka paa pamoja na wewe. Asanti sana Regina.
Wow. I want to believe whoever is going to listen to that will grab their portion, because that is, it's a lot of good information about not procrastinating and not waiting for the perfect time, because that's a lie, according to Lois and according to what we all believe, and we know that there's nothing like tomorrow. Tomorrow never comes. And if you don't make a decision today of whatever you want to do, you might realize that it's not going to happen. So, and then again, there is this thing that we say, like, if you're worried about the cost, like the reason people why fear to take that step, waiting for perfect time, is because they think it's so expensive to take, not even in terms of money. Like, I don't have time, like it's going to cost me so much time, so it becomes like it looks so expensive, not just money because you will invest or anything, but because you're going to invest your time. But somebody said, if you're worried about the cost of investing, wait until the cost of getting stuck or staying where you are. Wait and see the price that is going to be at the end of the day when you are paying the price of just remaining where you are. So there's nothing like perfect time. Let's not wait for perfect time, because it doesn't exist. So it's just going to be like procrastination, and you keep on going. So thank you so much, Lois Nyawera. I like calling her Nyawera. So, and then I want to go to McKenna. McKenna, I want you to introduce yourself, our only coach in the house for today. Introduce yourself as I put your question here. Let us know who you are, where you are, and anything else you want to tell us about you. We are happy to hear.
Thank you so much. Yeah, so for those who are listening, for those who watch this later, my name is McKenna. I was born and raised in Kenya, while I live in the US with my family. I'm blessed a lot for the opportunity to own my own business online. It's a great opportunity for me, and I'm just excited here to share my story with you. So my question goes, what changed for you personally when you finally decided to start? For me, I would start by saying it took me a while before I started, because as usual, I was very skeptical. I was very afraid. But the time I said yes, most of the things really changed in my life. When I finally decided to start, something shifted in me that I didn't expect. Because at first I was not a social media person. I had carried a lot of baggages about social media. I was like, I shouldn't be doing that. But again, I want to say that I never gained confidence overnight. For me, I always tell people that I really fought. I fought for 1 year, like 4 months before things started working for me. Why? Because there was a lot of things that I really had to deal with. before now I got to where I am. And the most thing that I really like is that when I started, I was not able to gain everything at once, but what I'm grateful for is I was able to gain direction. I was like, yes, McKenna, I must be. I might be here for long, but at least I know where I am going. At least I can see the end of the road. I stopped feeling like life was just happening to me, and I started feeling like I was actually steering my own future. I was like, now I'm in charge. Yes, I'm not yet there, but I feel like now I am. I am in charge. Before I started, I was overthinking about everything, doubting. I was like, and especially when I saw people holding those huge checks, I was like, oh, why are they showing the checks? Well, what has really changed? Why should I? There's no business that can really give you this amount. But when I started worrying, and I was like, it's not a must. Everything should be figured out. That is the time I changed, and a lot has really changed for those next year. March, I'll be 2 years in this business. I want to say that my mindset changed. I stopped asking, what if it fails? What if I don't make it? What if I don't get there this time? What if? All those what if, I really started saying, what if this is exactly what I have been praying for? What if, God, this is what I've been trusting you for? What if this business will change my life and my future? I A mind shift really moved me. And again, my confidence grew. I wouldn't be here today talking before you if I had no confidence. Not because I suddenly became an expert to say, oh, wow, oh, I'm the best. No, but because taking those small actions and steps really helped me to start believing in myself. So if you're out there, don't feel like, hey, I don't think I can do as they do. Oh, they've been in business for long. Don't worry. Come start taking your small steps. You realize how far you'll be within few months. And again, we always say in this business, we have a mentor, we have a coach, people who will guide you and show you the way. So you don't have to have everything figured out. And another thing is that something that really changed me personally is the global. I found a community, people who pushed me, and people who are always there encouraging me. People who are there to pray for me and to help me grow because that is the purpose. That's the beauty of this business. You have people who are always there, yeah, because you never walk alone. And another thing that's really changed to me personally is when I started. You see, sometimes you really want a result. You just want to start getting that 5 figures, six figures at once. But I came to realize that it's not about the finances, but it's about my discipline. Yeah, it is about my consistency. It's about the way I showed up for my family, especially. So those things have really helped me. And again, I stopped living in regret. Yeah, because sometimes you might say, hey, my age. I don't think with my age I can do this business. I don't think, oh, this one is for so and so. And especially when we write our titles here, yeah, a teacher, yeah, IT, who, nurse, hey, that is for who and who. I've come to realize in this business, it doesn't matter who you are. Just start where you are. Start where you are. Because if I didn't start, I couldn't be where I am today. And I want to say that when I started, life didn't become perfect at the same. Oh, yeah, the struggle was real. That's a topic for another day. But I want to say that, yes, this business is real. It doesn't own it. For me, I came here for money. I wanted more money to pay my bills, but this business came with other things that I never imagined. So you better start today. You better check out this business and plug in. We are just here to help you plug in. Yeah, thank you. Back to you.
Thank you so much, McKenna. I was smiling throughout because I like when I ask somebody a question that is personal because, the other questions were like facts or something like that. But McKenna and the next guest are answering questions that are kind of personal, like your own experience. Because when they start talking, I just feel like they're talking about me. Like when she said, like, one of the things, she's not a social media person. I'm like, nobody ever comes here and say, hey, I was a social media person. We are all I think we were all like 90% of people say, I was not a social media person. I was an introvert. I was this and that. And then when people are saying that, I feel like they're just talking about me. And I wonder, was I everything of those things that people are saying? But the good thing about our business is that we come with all those baggage and the lies that we lie to ourselves. And then you realize even those people you look up to and you think they were social media person, nobody was. We learned. Imagine when all the babies are born, they are born without knowing anything. So we just come here empty and we learn, like when we come into this world. The same case, if you put that in your mind and know that nobody came out of their mother's womb knowing everything, and when you come into this business, there's a lot of potential to learn and to keep growing. And you can only be the one who put your cap of how far you can go. Again, McKenna said about when she came here, it was about money, but then she realized, oh, it's not just about money. It's about so many other things that we learn and grow and we become who we are today. Like, there's something you also mentioned about how much you have changed. And I figured, when somebody is talking, you think about yourself, and I'm like, how was I 2 years ago? Like, if somebody would have told me that, Regina, you'll be here talking to people like this, I'll be like, no, that's not me. First of all, I'm an introvert. I'm not a social media person. I don't want to show off. Like, all those things that we tell ourselves people are doing online. But anyway, let's move to the next question because it's going to be another interesting one because our guest here, uh, Lynette, I want you to introduce yourself and then I'll put your question here, which is going to be, how does making that first decision impact your success here? And fast, I mean fast like speed, not fast like number one. Okay. Think
Yes.
about it as you introduce yourself.
Thank you.
And
Thank
if
you
you're
so
not,
much.
can you please mute yourself, please? Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much, my sister, for the opportunity. Again, as I normally say, our light is not to be put under our beds. We are here to share what we are learning, and so that it becomes also later on a testimony to somebody else. Just like we have had my first three sisters share their journey here. My name is Lynette, mzaliwa wa Kenya, born and raised, but in search of greener pastures, I crossed borders and found myself in US that I'm currently living with my family. So reality hits differently, okay? We, like I normally say, we ran quick, we were fast running. We each, at the end of the day, I want to sit back and say it was worth it. Because one thing that over time, I'm realizing is that there's grace in motion. There's grace in motion. And so when it comes, grab it. That's what I'll say, grab it. What am I saying? That be quick, because then be quick to act. That's what I'm saying. Be quick to act because it will reduce your learning curve in whatever situation you are in. Just act, switch in, act, start experiencing, because from acting you will have or will start experiencing it. Just of just saying, analyzing, I wish ama itakuwaje. No, ingia ndani we mzima, start experiencing, and from that experience you'll be able to tell whether this is for you or not. Because you know what, it's from that act act that is quick, that you will have a momentum created. So, what am I trying to say? That from fast decisions, you will be able to learn faster, you'll be able to move faster. And because this is a business, you'll also be able to act quickly. We've said we came here looking for money, but as you're realizing, it's not about money really. At the end of the day, who we have become, because the unraveling that happens when you start something new, it is something that we will want every other person to have a feel of, because hey, there is a joy that you cannot really state unless you start experiencing. So what I'm saying is that opportunity does not wait for you hesitating forever. When you, like I said, you see it, it's about you timing it and positioning and being ready at any given time. And so is life, because I know, yeah, there's fear, like my first sister mentioned, there's fear always. It will talk to you. But at the end of the day, you have come this far because of the decisions that you made. So ride that wave that is already in motion. Don't really wish. Keep on wishing, and then so doing. Vile mwingine alisema, your bills are piling. Your bills will be piling. So be quicker so that you catch the momentum. And why? Because we have said, ukingoja sana, hakuna confidence develop. There's no confidence that you build without really doing the act. So it's from that action that your confidence will then follow. So quick decision, how does it help you do that? It will build or strengthen your belief, because you are thinking, you've now done it, you've now seen the result. What was your fear initially has been tested. So you have something to look back and say, yeah, sijui kwa nini I was fearing, because that is the question we also ask ourselves here. That why did I even in the first place waste my fast? Like my sister McKenna said, 1.5 years. And we have such stories. Some of us have taken longer just because of listening to our sometimes inner fears that might have had a basis from somewhere. But then the only way of eliminating or kind of uprooting it is through action, and a quick action for that decision. Mtu alisema money loves speed. Pesa inapenda haraka. We are here talking about business. So one thing I have learned, even in my profession, when something comes up new, I will be quick to raise up my hand, because another thing that I've realized is that when something is new, there is a lot of grace that comes with mentorship. Everybody wants that willing heart, that willing soul. And so when you raise up your hand, that in itself attracts momentum. It attracts mentorship. So, as I said, our fears, having been in survival mode or overthinking, those old patterns, yes, is the cause for us to want to stay back and keep on alive. Itakuwaje, itakuwa namna gani? But sometimes this is why I say, if you have a strong why, like some of us, personally, I had a strong pain that I had to walk away from. And so that couldn't even give me a chance to just stay back and watch. It was becoming unbecoming. And so as pain pushed me, I started acting. Clarity came a long way. And so right now I can talk of vision. I can talk of vision because through the confidence and the clarity that I've attained, I can say, I can plan and be sure, because again, success leaves tracks, success leaves patterns. I can retract where I began from and still catch up on that momentum quickly. So this is what I'm going to say, that your next level isn't waiting on your hesitation, isn't waiting on more information. It is waiting on you making that decision, and making that decision faster. Because you know what? Timing is grace in motion. So capture it when it comes, or you'll risk missing what was meant for you. Thank you, my sister.
Wow, thank you, thank you. Let me say that before I forget what you just said, that quote. Timing is grace in motion, right?
Yes.
So when we talk about, taking a fast action here, it's not like pushing. It's because we have realized that, and I think somebody mentioned about that, like it's Lois was talking about waiting for perfect time. That is delay. You are delaying your destiny. And that's why we are coming in here talking about fast, not like the way you're told that you have to do it now. It's because the more you keep waiting, the more doubts come in, the more you keep on wondering, can I really do this? The more you keep on listening to voices that are not even, people advising you on something they have never been on. So, and that is where the fast action is coming in, because as our sister said, the faster you take the action, the sooner you start learning and moving towards your destiny, because the more you delay, you stagnate in one place and you keep believing that you cannot do it. So just take that action and move forward. So, and again, what else did she say? I wrote something here. Yeah, the faster you get in, the faster you start learning, because you have a community that helps us to grow, because you're not here alone. I think McKenna also mentioned that. So I want to move on to the last question, and I think I'm the one to answer that question, which is going to be, how does making, sorry, that is the same question that we had. My question is going to be just a conclusion, because it's just the advice of, the people watching us, because, we are full of procrastination, and that makes us sabotage ourselves in one way or the other. And so I'm going to answer this question. What advice would you give someone who keeps postponing their dreams? So that is just like wrapping it up. And the advice, I know when I introduced myself, I did not say much. So I'm originally from Kenya. I just said my name. So I just realized when they started saying their name, like, oh, I didn't even say where I'm from. I'm also born and raised in Kenya. Like most of our sisters here, not all of us are from Kenya here. And growing up in Africa, there's all this that we were taught. But then with time, especially after moving here in a very fast world, moving fast, I don't know how to say it. Somebody help me. Fast world country, moving fast. I don't know. Whatever it
You got
is,
it
but
right.
I think you know what I'm saying. Okay. Fast moving, fast paced, something like that. Then you realize, there is. That's the one I'm looking for. That it's
Fast-paced
not always
environment.
exactly. It's not all the time that our English allows us to. It doesn't always English well. So what advice would you give someone who keeps? Why are you laughing? Like, who keep postponing their dreams? So to conclude this talk, because I feel like I want to keep going, but I'm looking at the time and I'm like, okay, I know they want to do something else. But what I would say is, first of all, there is a quote, and I don't know whose quote it is, but there's a quote that I know I like to use about procrastination, which says, maybe if you know who says that quote, you can tell me, but procrastination is a thief of time. So that means procrastination steals time. So, sorry, I'm looking at something there, getting distracted by Beatrice. Sorry, guys. Oh my God, just understand me. I'm so human, 100%. So when I see things, I'm just getting distracted by Beatrice. The person I'm supposed to be seeing is something else. So procrastination, sorry. Procrastination is a thief of time. And so you don't want to keep on procrastinating and your time is stolen by that fear. And that links to what Lynette just said. Like, take that decision first. Because the more you keep procrastinating, you're going to find like you have wasted, I personally wasted more than, I don't want to say how many months, but more than 3 months just procrastinating and waiting for January, because we think like New Year resolution, waiting for the January of the year that I started to come. And then when January came, I did not even start. At the end of the January, I was like, oh my goodness, January is over. And that's what I was waiting for months. So I realized that, so when I talk of procrastination is a thief of time, I can tell you I'm a victim of that. And because of my experience, I now wish I started when I saw this opportunity. I keep asking myself, if I started that time, where would I be at this time? Because the only thing, unless you're doing nothing, growth is inevitable here. And our growth is not just money-wise. We grow in so many ways. Like, look at us here, honestly. If somebody knew you, Lois, or me, or even Annette, or Lynette, or anyone else there, whatever time, maybe 2 years ago, somebody who saw you then and see you right now, like boom, they will think, is that the same Lois, or is it her sister? Because we don't just grow financially, we grow all around. It's like a 360 growth. So it's a place you don't want to miss to be. Like, if not for anything, even for personal growth, it's very, very important, because our business, the growth, the experience we get here doesn't only help us to get money, even to get allowed, along with other people out there, not that we never used to, but how to interact in a professional way, in whichever way, to accommodate people from different cultures, because our business is global. So take that action and join us, because that procrastination will never help you to make a decision. And so by the end of the day, it is you that need to make a decision, because I know we can just be here and talk, but if you're not, if the person keeps on postponing their decision, you're postponing your dream coming true. Or I don't know how to put it, but as I said, at the end of the day, it's not lack of ability that holds you back. It is lack of decision. So, and that is very, very important. If you don't remember anything today that I said, just remember, at the end of the day, if you don't make decision, it is not lack of ability. We are all capable. We are all able to make this decision, because as we say, our business is for anyone out there who is ready to change their life, as long as you're coachable. So if you don't make a decision, it is not because of lack of ability, because we are all able. So if you want a different life, then you have to make a different choice. You cannot just be here wishing and you're not changing anything, because nothing changes at the end of the day if you don't change anything. So if you want a different life, you have to change something for your life to change, and then you'll have your different life. I don't know what my sisters think, but that is my conclusion, and that is the advice I would tell someone out there who keeps on postponing their decision, and thinking that something, or maybe someday I will do this business, but I'm just waiting for the perfect time, because there's nothing that like perfect. And also we realize that sometimes we stay back. Overthinking holds us back, thinking like, now this business they are doing, I wonder how do they even make that money? Like, is that even real? I know McKenna mentioned that when she used to see those huge check, and she wondered, are those even real? That is overthinking. And if she can be clear here and tell us that overthinking was just discouraging her from taking the step, like, that cannot be real, because you're boxed in a box of mind, thinking that this is the only much amount of money. I don't know how my English is today, but this is so much you can make. And so maybe she had boxed her mind that I cannot make this much. So when she sees somebody making 5 times of what her box is, she thinks this is not real. So I want to stop there, but maybe I can ask my sisters here to add something if they want to add something. And because I know this is a very amazing topic, I love it. So Guys, do you have something to add? Unmute yourself and say something.
Your time is now. Our shops are here, open. Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Join us, and we'll help you plug in. It's so easy. You just need that one step. Just that one step of faith. Yeah, we're here to help you.
Okay,
Yeah,
thank
as
you.
my
Thank you
sisters
so
have said.
much.
No, I was gonna say your next level is
Yes.
waiting for that decision today, so go for it.
Okay, at the end of the day, you have to remember perfection was never the goal. Obedient and making that movement is the goal. Edward Young is the one who talked about procrastination is the thief of the time, just for those who are wondering. So
Thank you.
you're welcome.
Yeah, it's not my quote. I didn't want to take credit. It's somebody's quote, but I couldn't remember who it is. But I like the quote because I was a victim of procrastination. And even now, maybe in other decisions, when I start procrastinating, I catch myself very fast and tell myself, this is just going to waste your time. So take that action today and change your life. Let us come and learn together and grow together and enjoy this journey together, because it is not like a smooth journey. No journey is smooth. That is, a real journey is never smooth, but it becomes good when you have people who are going the same direction with you and you're rooting for one another. So you're welcome to join us. As McKenna just said, you can see our shops displayed there, those WW. Just join us and we are going to show you how we do this. We're going to hold your hand. So may God bless you. Have a good rest of your day. Good night for those people who are going to sleep, whichever part of the world you are in. May God bless you so much. We are going to see you on Saturday as a group, but I'm sure you're going to see each one of us individually in our pages throughout the week. May God bless you. Have a blessed time. We love you.